made On Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 47. Hunter Keister back with
K-Mac, back on track. Let's get it. Let's go.
Here we go. Talking about another week in sports. Talking about the NFL Week 10 slate that we are just finishing up watching. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And starting off with the 9:30 game this morning from Germany. Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. 5-5, 6-4. And it was a good matchup.
Absolutely.
Tom Brady prevails. He puts up no points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter. Tampa Bay's defense rallies behind that, allowing no points until 3 points in the third and then 13 points in the fourth as they try to make a comeback. But a really solid day for Tampa's defense, it looks like.
Yeah, they really bottled up the Seahawks.
And Brady also looked like he was in form. 22 of 29, 258, 2 touchdowns, just the one interception. Good day for him. Rachaad White has taken over as the lead back in Tampa, it looks like. 22 carries, 105. Fournette, goal line back, 14 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown. Good day for 71 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans had a solid day, 5 for 54.
Julio Jones with 53 and a
Julio Jones even still had a couple receptions, so that's good. In the losing effort, Geno Smith, another solid performance. 23 of 33, 275, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You just can't be mad at that. That's a great day on the road, and on the road in Germany, I guess.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, it was all in the fourth quarter because up to that point they were down 3-2.
I guess you can critique his first half, not scoring any points, but his stat line promotes like he should win. And I mean, I guess he just.
It's really because they bottled up Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
They did a great job on that, and Brady was able to push the ball on the field when he has Julio in there. Just another big weapon for him, really.
10 for 17.
It's a big win for the Bucs. Much needed for them. Seattle drops.
DK and Tyler Lockett both have decent days, as DK has 6 for 71, and Tyler Lockett has just a 3 for 42, but does have the touchdown, and so they both end up with solid fantasy performances. And that was a pretty good first game of the day. Tampa prevails 21-16, and each team remains in the hunt, but that's a big win for Brady to try to bring things back in his season.
Especially into a bye week.
Yeah, let's get into the Vikings Bills.
We got to talk about this one.
33-30, insane matchup. Vikings prevail in this one. Like I said, final score 33-30.
Crazy ending, man. Crazy ending.
Crazy ending. Buffalo scores 14 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. Only 6 points combined in the second half. Not going to win you a football game after a great showing in the first half. Minnesota starts out slow a little bit, 7 points. 3 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third. But a big 13-point fourth quarter to tie it up, and then they prevail with the field goal in overtime to get the win 33-30. Vikings, I thought they had been like kind of a fluky NFC team, and they get a huge win against Buffalo on the road.
100%. It was just crazy how Minnesota gets the 4th and goal. They try to sneak it with Kirk Cousins. That doesn't work out.
Awful play.
Then Josh Allen, QB sneaks it, muffs the snap. Minnesota gets the touchdown. Gives Buffalo just enough time to go down and kick a field goal. Then Minnesota gets the ball and takes 3, and Josh Allen throws a pick to lose it.
It's just like, it seems so
crazy.
Scripted, man. It seems so scripted. But
similar to how the Bills lost last week to the Jets. Josh Allen interception to Sauce Gardner.
All right.
Just down to the wire.
Kirk Cousins doesn't have the best win, but he does what he needs to. I mean, 30 for 50,
A lot of attempts.
357, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Dalvin Cook, only 14 carries, $119. That's a great day. Averaging 8.5 a carry. His longest was 81 yards. He has a great day with the opportunities that he's given. Justin Jefferson has another insane day. 10 receptions, 193 yards, and a touchdown. His longest was 46, and he was targeted 16 times in this game. That's quite a bit.
That's how you do it, though.
Right. Adam Thielen, 5 receptions for 49 yards. He's targeted 7 times. T.J. Hawkinson puts in 7 receptions for 45 yards. He's targeted 10 times. KJ Osborne, 4 receptions for
11 targets.
35 yards, but 11 targets.
That's terrible.
Nuts, yeah. For the bitter loss for Buffalo, great game, but just not enough. Josh Allen, 29 of 43, 330, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions.
Yep.
Josh Allen does contribute 6 carries for 84 yards, averaging 14 yards a carry, including a 25-yard rush.
Yeah, he usually leads them in rushing and passing just because he does it all.
Right, and nobody can tackle him in the open field.
Not one-on-one.
They go for him one-on-one, he just balls them over. It's insane.
Especially if it's a smaller DB.
Right.
He ain't winning that one.
I had Devin Singletary on my bench, of course, in one of my leagues. He gets 2 touchdowns, 13 for 47. He basically has the dream scenario for Devin Singletary because he's not going to get those carries or that volume, but you just got to hope that they get on the goal line and he gets the carries for the touchdown. And that's what happened today. He gets 13 carries, 47 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs leads the way for the receiving room for Buffalo. 12 receptions for 128 yards, targeted 16 times. Gabe Davis, 6 for 93 and a touchdown, targeted 9 times. Dawson Knox, 4 for 57, targeted 6 times. Good win for Minnesota to improve to 8-1 now. That's insane.
Only lost to Philly.
Ooh. Lions,
Bears,
31.
Another close
30.
game.
I mean, on one hand, you have to be kind of angry if you're a Lions fan because you want the better pick. But, man, you got to be happy. I mean, you get a huge win. You beat a good Bears team. They're 3-7, but their record, they've been in a lot of close games. And this was an incredible game today. I mean, 31-30. Both teams, 3 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter. Go into the locker room, deadlocked at 10. Come out of the locker room. Chicago adjusts, puts up 14, blanks Detroit. You think it's going to be a runaway type of game for Chicago. Detroit roars back for 21 points compared to Chicago's 6. And they win this game 31-30. Talking about the victors first. Jared Goff in the win. 19 of 26. 236. Average 9 yards of completion. 1 touchdown. No interceptions.
Nope.
Just what you need out of the game manager, Jared Goff there. Great win for him. Jamal Williams. 16 carries. 59 yards. Need more than 3 yards. 3.7 yards a carry. He gets a touchdown. 4 rushes for 14 yards for Jared Goff. Rushing the ball just doesn't happen for Detroit this game. But
nope. Not without DeAndre Swift.
No DeAndre Swift.
He's not healthy, really. He's playing, but he ain't really healthy.
Yeah, for sure. He had 6 carries. He really didn't do too much. Amon-Ra St. Brown led the receivers today.
Killing it for them.
10 receptions, 119 yards. Was targeted 11 times. Khalif Raymond also put in 3 receptions for 47 yards. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a high scoring. Nobody really stuck out, but it's just a good team win. And they do what they need to storm back and stun
Chicago.
Love to see it. The Bears in the defeat, how they did.
Yes.
Justin Fields, 12 of 20.
Killing it.
167. Averaged 8.4 yards of completion, 2 touchdowns, just the 1 interception. He also contributed 13 carries, $147 and 2 touchdowns. Absolutely
here's what
insane.
It is. Justin Fields is like a bootleg version of Lamar Jackson.
He really is.
He's a bootleg version of Lamar Jackson. Can't throw it, but man, his athleticism is just too good.
And their offense reminds me of that too. And I mean, they don't have the Mark Andrews at tight end, but they have the receiving room, the kind of receiving room that Baltimore has, and the kind of running backs that they put around Lamar as well. Khalil Herbert contributes 10 for 57. David Montgomery 9 for 37. Nobody really does too much in the rushing department besides Justin Fields, but Cole Kmet only has 4 receptions, but he does the most. He makes the most of it. 74 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a 50-yard touchdown reception, averaging 18.58 reception today. Darnell Mooney had 4 for 57. Byron Pringle 1 of 12. Just great game, team win for Detroit, and you'll love to see it for MCDC in Detroit. Tennessee, Denver.
Ooh.
17-10. Another close loss for Denver. Russell Wilson can't get it done. Doesn't really play the worst in this game.
More of the same, though, man.
But just doesn't put points on the board when he needs to.
Can't win with 10 points, man.
Let's look at him first. 21 of 42, 286, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Like I said, doesn't play bad, but just doesn't.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Doesn't put the ball in the end zone enough to win this
Look
game.
at that rushing game, though.
And isn't supported at all in the rushing department either. Look at all these running backs. 3 different running backs they could use. Melvin Gordon, who was great at one point, is now washed up trash. 7 of 24. Latavius Murray, older, washed up, shouldn't really play.
Yep.
9 of 24. The young gun that I would assume used to play some more only gets 2 carries this game, 9 yards. Just no rushing support for Russell.
Yep.
10 points in total.
At this point in the season, since Javonte Williams is out, which was an injury that happened early in the season, they just don't have a running game.
And then you get a couple good receivers, but the best ever receiver is Jalen Virgil, who had a 66-yard touchdown, and that's the only touchdown of the day. Like, Denver's just trash. Denver's cursed with
their offense is just
Broncos country left right, cursed them at the beginning of the year.
It also says Russell Wilson had 3 fumbles, but didn't lose any.
Oh, that's it.
He had 3 fumbles, but there could have been 3 more turnovers.
Yeah, that's terrible. Cortland Sutton has a decent day. 6 receptions for 66 yards. He's targeted 11 times to only make 6 receptions.
Ooh.
Kendall Hinton, 4 for 62. And Melvin Gordon gets a little bit involved, 4 for 36 in the receiving department, as well as Latavius Murray, 3 of 23. Not much to write home about for Denver. Offensively, 10 points in the loss. And just another close loss for Denver. The defense played exceptionally well against the Titans and that good offense. And let's talk about how Tannehill looked.
Tannehill played great.
In his first game back, 19 of 36, 255, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Great day. Only puts up 17 points, so we'll like to see a little bit more there, but all in all, played a really good day. Derrick Henry, 19 for 53, 2.8, gets spotted up in this game. His longest was only 10 in this game, and doesn't do much. The Denver defense played exceptionally well against him, and made it a point to stop him, and they did, and just doesn't have the defense around them, or they don't have the offense around them to get the win. Looking at Tennessee's receiving core, Nick Westbrook-Akine, 5 for $119 and 2 touchdowns. targeted 8 times.
Big game.
He had a 63-yard reception, averaging 23.8 a reception. Chizugin Okuwu, 1 reception for 41 yards. Austin Hooper, 5 for 41. Traylon Burks gets activated finally. He gets 3 receptions for 24 yards. He's targeted 6 times. Robert Woods is targeted 7 times, only makes 2 receptions.
Eek.
That's pretty bad. But neither really good days.
Yeah, just a nasty win just a nasty win.
Sloppy games, and somebody had to win this one.
A game, we were pretty on point with that. I said like a sloppy win, 17-6, something like that. Just a win for Tennessee, just a solid win.
Really, Denver needed this loss, and Tennessee is good enough so they could not afford to lose. And Denver just keep losing, so you can get a better draft pick. Cause yikes.
On to the next game for me. That's Jacksonville, Kansas City.
Kansas City, 27. Jacksonville, 17. Patrick Mahomes, 26 to 35, 331, 4 touchdowns, just 1 interception. Great day in the win against Jacksonville. Isaiah Pacheco,
Yeah.
16 for 82. That's their lead back these days. That's crazy. Mahomes pitches in 7 for 39. Kadarius Toney rushes a couple times in this game. Some jet sweeps. Not much to write home about besides, or in the rushing department for Kansas City these days. Wow, that's crazy. The rushing department. What it's become.
It's second to them. Their offense is throwing the ball.
Right. That's all Patrick Mahomes is known as, just air raid offenses. Travis Kelce leads the way.
He's good at it, though.
Right.
That's
in the
his thing,
receiving
man.
department, 6 receptions for 81 yards and a touchdown, 46-yard long. In this game, he averages 13.5 yards reception. Valdez Scantling records 3 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Kadarius Toney records 4 for 57 and a touchdown. And Jerick McKinnon records 6 for 56 as Patrick Mahomes was really able to spread the ball around in this win. Trevor Lawrence, in the loss, puts at 17 on Kansas City's defense. He goes 29 of 40, 259, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty decent day. Plays pretty good. Travis Etienne only much to 11 for 45. Not too much. Hit long of 10 yards. He only gets a 4.1 a carry. Trevor Lawrence, 4 for 26. He averages 6 yards a carry. He should have ran the ball a little bit more. Maybe they could have had
can't really run the ball when you're down, though. You're down 7-20. Running's not really in the script.
They were down quite a bit early in this game.
Needed a throw to get back into that one.
Christian Kirk makes his money in this game.
Shout out to Christian Kirk.
9 for 105 and 2 touchdowns. He's targeted 12 times. Zay Jones, 8 for 68, as those two have become pretty decent. And then with Marvin Jones, they could have a pretty decent offense in Jacksonville.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially, but who knows? But just a good one for Kansas City to keep it moving.
100%. Cleveland, Miami.
Yep, Cleveland, Miami.
Woo!
This is a good game throughout. It is, 17 to 7.5 before Miami explodes for 13 in the third quarter compared to Cleveland's 3. And they really take over. 9 points compared to 7 in the fourth. And Miami wins this one 39-17 to improve to 7-3 and drop Cleveland to 3-6. I really don't think Cleveland or Deshaun Watson will be able to come back to much at this season. I think it'll pretty much be a lost cause by the time that he gets back.
Honestly.
Looking at Jacoby Brissett, they put up 17 on Miami's defense. 22 of 35, 212, 1 touchdown. Not too bad. Need some more points scored. Can't really do much when your defense gets up 39 though, so Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt don't really do much in this game.
Chubb with the fumble as well.
Chubb had a fumble, 11 for 63 and a touchdown. You know, would have played all right besides that, but he had a fumble. Kareem Hunt just not used. Who would have thought? I mean, you would think they
6 carries, 9 yards, isn't it?
They gotta trade him, man. They should have. That's criminal to hold on to him. I can't believe that. They should have traded him. I believe he should be a number 1 somewhere, and that's criminal to hold on to him, in my opinion. They don't really do much. They get shut down. Miami gets the win. Looking at the Cleveland receivers, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Shout out to Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Leads the way. He's targeted 9 times.
Got him in fantasy.
Comes up with 5 receptions for 99 yards. Amari Cooper, 3 for 32. David Bell, the former Purdue man, 3 of 24. Nick Chubb gets 3 of 15. Not much going on. You know, just a basic little day for Brissett. Does what he can with what he has and can't get it done.
Can't go up against that Dolphins offense.
Tua, great day. He is now my quarterback in both leagues, and rightfully so. 25 of 32 through the air, 285, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Great day. Jeff Wilson leads the way. He gets brought in from San Francisco and has made a pretty good impact so far. Pretty good compliment to Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson, 17 carries, 119 yards and a touchdown. His long of 20. Raheem Mostert comes behind that with 8 carries for 65 yards.
Big run day.
And a touchdown.
Big run day.
Just really good day for both of them. Looking at the Miami receiving core, Jalen Waddle he gets targeted 5 times, comes up with 4 receptions for 66 yards. Trent Sherfield, the tight end, comes up with 4 receptions for 63 yards and a touchdown. And Alex Ingold comes up with 4 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown, as well as Tyreek Hill, 5 for 44 and a touchdown. As that is what is most what to write home about in that game for Miami. They pick up the win, improve to 7-3, drop Cleveland to 3-6. Let's keep it moving on down the list. Where we at here? Houston, New York, Giants, 24-16.
Giants win.
The Giants pick up the win. They improved to 7-2 on the season. Shocker.
The New York Giants.
Daniel Jones, the game manager, I didn't think it would ever really work out for the Giants, but the game manager role has really Daniel Jones has just blossomed into the game manager. 13-17. They get the close win against 1-7-1 Houston as they look to play spoiler. Let's look at Houston first, actually. Davis Mills in the touchdown loss. Davis Mills goes 22 of 37, 319, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Good game. Pretty good game, I would say. Pretty good game, I would say, for Davis Mills in the loss to the Giants. Damian Pierce emerges out of the backfield for Houston. He gets 17 carries, 94 yards, has a long of 44. Pretty good day in compliment through the air. Jordan Akins, 3 for 72. Chris Moore, 3 for 70. Nico Collins, 5 for 49 and a touchdown. He's targeted 10 times. He's emerged as a bright spot in Houston's receiving core. Brandon Cooks comes up with 4 for 37. He's targeted 7 times.
Eckler points.
Kurt's getting hype over Sunday Night Football over there.
Did you say Saturday Night Football?
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football.
I don't know if I said Saturday Night, but Sunday Night Football. And that'll do it for this game as the Giants come away with the 24-16.
Another close win for the Giants.
Close. The Giants are just doing what they have to and right in the ship right now, man. At 7-2. Leading the NFC.
One of the top teams, Dallas and Philly.
Dallas, Philly, and the Vikings.
Yeah. So does that leave 1 o'clock game left?
I got the Saints and the Steelers next.
Yep.
As
the last 1 o'clock game.
3-6 Pittsburgh takes on 3-7 New Orleans. The Saints are 1-3 on the road. Pittsburgh 2-2 at home. 20-10. Saints 3-7. Pittsburgh 3-6.
Yeah,
Andy Dalton looks awful. 17 completions, 27 attempts, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Only averages 6.48 completion. Wow.
Yeah.
Miserable day.
This game, let's keep it honest. This game was more about whose offense was going to play worse.
Right.
And the Saints really just couldn't get anything going. Could only extend drives and no run game.
No
run game at
Kamara
all.
bottled up 8 for 26. His long of the day was 14 yards. Just terrible. Looking at the New Orleans receiving room, Jawan Johnson, the tight end,
Definitely gave us problems.
Out of anybody, was the only one to do anything for the Saints today. 5 for 44 and a touchdown. He was targeted 7 times. Chris Olave only comes away with 3 receptions for 40 yards, targeted 5 times. Jarvis Landry had a couple drops. One.
Yeah, that drop he had on that Andy Dalton interception was huge.
That was huge, yeah. 3 for 37. He was targeted 6 times. Troutman, 2 receptions for 22 yards. He was targeted 3 times. And nobody really able to do too much. And Pittsburgh defensively just stops the run. Proves to be Rifle's kryptonite and beats Andy Dalton once again. Let's talk about Kenny Pickett here. They really just played, like Kurt said, who was going to play worse. Because Kenny Pickett really didn't do anything too special today either.
He really didn't.
18 for 30, 199. He averages 6.6 instead of Andy Dalton 6.4. Kenny Pickett doesn't even throw a touchdown pass, but he doesn't turn the ball over either. No.
Yeah, that was big.
No interceptions. Najee Harris has a really good day against the Saints defense. 20 carries, 99 yards. He has a long of 36. Kenny Pickett also puts in 8 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. He had more rushing yards than Kamara. That's just sad.
That's a problem.
Including a long of 23 yards.
Yeah, it was really just keeping the ball on the ground was what kept Pittsburgh in good situations.
Right.
They haven't been able to run the ball all season, and today they actually got a couple good runs. So
Jaylen Warren was a nice change of pace back for.
Yeah, they like him a lot because he has a lot more speed and burst than Najee.
9 for 37. Those two were playing really well together. And then George Pickens, when they got him involved in the offense, he played really well. But that whole Pittsburgh receiving room played really well with the chance they got. Deontay Johnson, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 63 yards. Jaylen Warren, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 40 yards. Pat Freiermuth, 7 targets, 4 receptions, 36 yards. George Pickens, 4 targets, 3
Needs
receptions.
more targets.
3 receptions, 32 yards. Needs more targets for sure. And the Pittsburgh Steelers eke out the 20-10 win. As I would like to say that I would like the Saints losing, but they don't even have their first round pick, so it doesn't even matter, which sucks for them. Moving on. Carter, did you want to add anything to that game? Or?
Only thing else to say is return of the TJ.
Yeah,
Let's go.
TJ comes back, makes a couple plays, makes a couple tackles. He doesn't really do too much, but he's back.
Just have him out there.
Right.
Just allows things to free up
his
more.
His presence makes things hard. But
let's move on to the 4 o'clock games.
Let's talk about
the
Raiders and
Colts. How did them Colts pull this
at
off? Jeff Saturday, first game.
Jeff Saturday and Matt Ryan. I thought Kurt said Matt Ryan was done for the year, and he beats the Raiders. Look at this, man. 2-7.
Matt Ryan played?
Yeah, Kurt said he was done for the year.
They said they were going to bench him for Sam Ehlinger the whole season. Then they fired Frank Reich.
Oh, wow. Maybe Saturday come back and say...
Maybe Saturday said, no, screw that. We'll go back to Matt Ryan.
Right. let's talk about. Look at that, man. How underperforming is that? 2-7 now for the Raiders. Another loss. 3 in a row now for the Raiders.
I think the last game they won was like
the Texans. They beat them 38-20.
Oh man.
3 straight losses for the Raiders, effectively ending any pursuit for them in the AFC this year. Sitting at now 2-7. Another crucial loss. Let's look at Derek Carr. I know he had a chance again at the end of the game, and I want to actually look at that. Let's see play-by-play. I want to see the end of this game. What, do they turn it over? Derek Carr, 47, yeah. He takes it down to Indianapolis 16-yard line, and then 4th and 7, he incompletion.
Wow.
Doesn't get it done. And the 4-5-1 Colts.
I tell you what, their offense looks a lot better with Matt Ryan in there than Sam Ehlinger.
For sure. Matt Ryan definitely improved. He puts in 21-28 for the day. That's a really good day if you ask me.
Solid.
Really solid.
Got Jonathan Taylor going finally.
Yeah.
Good game for him.
Let's look at Derek Carr though first. And the Raiders. They sit at 2-7 now. Their season effectively over.
Yep.
How does this happen? The best receiver in football, Derek Carr, 24-38, 248, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You really can't blame him. I mean, he only puts up 20 points. You would like to see a little more points scored. But
what about the Raiders' defense?
Nonetheless, I mean, the Raiders' defense gives up 25. Kind of a lot. I mean, just but what can you say? Another close loss for the Raiders. That's just been their
Another
season,
close
man.
game.
Another close loss for the Raiders. Josh Jacobs puts in 21 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Devontae, Adams, game.
You know, he's targeted 14 times. He gets 9 receptions for 126 and a touchdown.
What's killing them is not having Darren Waller because he's injured for a minute.
Yeah, he really needs to come back. But at this point, it's effectively over.
Devin don't want him.
Right.
Devin don't want him on the Raiders.
Foster Moreno, 3 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. And they just close lost. Amir Abdullah puts in 4 of 33. Josh Jacobs gets 6 receptions on 28 yards, targeted 8 times. That's kind of crazy out of the backfield. But let's look at Matt Ryan in the win. 21-28, 222, 1 touchdown. Does what he has to. Jonathan Taylor finally gets cooking again, once again for Indianapolis. He gets 22 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown, including a crazy 66-yard touchdown.
The Chargers got a touchdown. DeAndre Carter.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts me. DeAndre Carter, I'm going up against him in fantasy. We'll talk about him as we finish up these games. We'll talk about fantasy.
Back to the Colts.
But back to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, 66 yards long on the day. He gets $147 and a touchdown. Matt Ryan contributes 4 rushes for 38 yards and a touchdown. And the Colts try to stay alive in the AFC at 4-5-1 and push the Vegas Raiders, like I said once again, one of the most promising offenses in football, down to 2-7 and effectively done for the year at this point, I would say. I think that's safe to say. Checking into this game, though, the Chargers are up 7-0 on the 49ers.
In the first quarter.
First quarter, 7:57 left in this game in the first quarter, so we will update you periodically through the rest of these games.
Let's talk about the Rams-Cardinals game.
Moving over, Arizona picks up a win against the Rams. Have you looked into Matt Stafford and what happened? Or it looks like he didn't play at all this game, so he must have been ruled out.
No, he was ruled out.
That's huge.
So it was a battle of Colt McCoy versus Josh Wolford.
No, Kyler Murray was hurt too. I didn't know that.
Colt McCoy. Yeah, Kyler Murray didn't play either. So a battle of 2 quarterbacks.
I know Colt McCoy played. I just didn't know that Kyler Murray was injured until today, so that's huge as well. But Colt McCoy, the battle of the backups in this one, as you know, Arizona fights to scrap in the NFC at 4-6, and the Rams, look at that, underperforming. Now sit at 3-6. Colt McCoy, they picked up the win, and I mean, how do they decide? John Wolford, Bryce Perkins, Wolford 24-36 in the loss, 212, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, averaging 5.98 completion. Cam Akers doesn't do much in the rushing department, 6 for 22, as well as Darrell Henderson, 6 of 21. Nobody really does much to help the backups in the running game. Let's look at the receiving department.
Gosh. Cooper Kupp
does nothing. 3 receptions, -1 yard, targeted 5 times. Tyler Higbee, this is the epitome of me in fantasy. I have Higbee last week. Higbee gets nothing. Higbee this week leads the Rams receivers. 8
receptions and yards.
8 receptions
and targets.
73 yards. Allen Robinson, 4 receptions, 44 yards, targeted 6 times. They take the loss. And let's look at Colt McCoy. Steps in the backup role and proves why he should start over Kyler Murray. Colt McCoy, start the backup. The longtime NFL backup, Colt McCoy. He goes 26-37, 238, 1 touchdown. The game manager, Colt McCoy, picks up the win against the Rams defense. Huge win. James Conner, he does, instead of what Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson can do, he comes in and he provides to be a huge safety blanket for Colt McCoy.
Yep.
21 rushes, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Big time.
Great day for James Conner. DeAndre Hopkins. Colt McCoy also knows how to use his star receivers. 14 targets, 10 receptions, 98 yards. Rondell Moore also targeted a lot, as Colt McCoy is just flinging it. 13 targets, 9 receptions for 94 yards.
But that also was impacted because Zach Ertz got hurt early in that game.
Yeah. AJ Green doesn't really do much, but
touchdown.
Somebody's gotta. He does get a touchdown though, for sure. And Arizona stays afloat in the NFC.
That West. Woo.
Let's talk about the Dallas
Green
Bay 31-28 overtime game. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers defies the odds. No points scored by either team in the first quarter. Both teams put up 14 in the second quarter. Followed by no points by Green Bay. Dallas pulls away 14 points. You know, Dallas gonna
28-14 lead.
Gonna control this game going into the fourth. We think they're gonna win. Not so fast. Aaron Rodgers says 14 points of his own. They march back, force overtime, and after a crazy overtime, get a field goal after driving down the field and giving Crosby a chip shot field goal at the goal line to win this game 31-28.
Aaron played real good.
We got to talk about the 4-6. Or no, we got to talk about Prescott first.
Prescott choked, man. Dak choked.
Tons of passes thrown this game. 27 of 46.
Those 2 interceptions.
265, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But like you heard your Kurt said already, he choked in the later half of this game, and especially in overtime. Multiple chances to win this game. He can't do it. And with all these pieces on offense, I get you have no Zeke, but Tony Pollard has proved to be a really good back. And all the receivers you have, you put up 28, but you can't beat the Packers, man. Come on. Crazy. Got to talk about him first. He has a good day, but he chokes in the end. Tony Pollard, 22 carries, 115, 1 touchdown. Good day for him on the ground. CeeDee Lamb, great day. 15 targets, 11 receptions, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Big
Long
game.
of 35. Big game. Dalton Schultz come behind that. 6 receptions out of 8 targets for 54 yards and a touchdown. Michael Gallup, 7 targets, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
13 yards.
Tony Pollard, 3 receptions, 13 yards out of 6 targets. Turpin really doesn't do much. Yeah, nothing really else to write home about there. Let's look at Aaron Rodgers now. 14 for 20, 224, 3 touchdowns. Rodgers says, I can make do with what I got here in Green Bay, and gets the win in Lambeau.
Dallas.
They lose Rashawn Gary, one of their biggest pieces on defense. They say no problem. Aaron Jones, great day. 24 rushes, 138 yards, and a touchdown, long of 30. A.J. Dillon comes behind that. 13 carries, 65 yards.
Big game. Big day. Big day for them on the ground.
Christian Watson, 4 receptions, 107 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Long of 58 yards. He gets 4 receptions out of 8 targets. Crazy day in Lambeau Field, and he'll remember this one for a while as he helps Aaron Rodgers defeat the Cowboys. Sammy Watkins, 3 receptions, 47 yards. Lazard puts in 3 receptions for 45 yards. And
big win.
Big
win.
Win for
big
Green
game.
Bay.
So we're looking at games today.
Yeah. Really good football.
That Bills Vikings game, Seattle Tampa, Chicago Detroit.
Right.
Yeah, nice games, and got our Chargers Niners and Philadelphia Washington tomorrow. We head into some fantasy catch up.
We're gonna get into some fantasy football to close out this podcast episode. And as of right now, the NFL Fantasy Football app is not working, so we cannot talk about that right now. But I will talk about my Home Depot league. I am currently up 120 to 95. My opponent is only projected to score 116 total points. He has Carter playing for the Chargers right now. He has 10 points. He has Miles Sanders left, and that is it. I have Austin Eckler playing right now, George Kittle playing right now, and Devontae Smith left. And like I said, it's 120 to 95. So I should pick up a much-needed win in this league. Do you have another league you want to update us on?
Yeah. All right. So in this league, I'm currently 2-7. We're fighting though. We currently have the lead 113 to 71. He has Brandon Ayuk left and AJ Brown, and I have Austin Eckler left. I think I'll win that one.
Yeah.
I'll probably win that one for sure and win 3 straight. 3-7.
Gonna try to fight, make a late playoff push.
We'll do what we can. I think our players are starting warm up a little bit.
Starting to peak at the right time, right?
I was led by Fields today, and Taylor and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Zach Ertz got hurt, and Jerry Jeudy got hurt, so that sucks, but we'll keep rolling. I had James Conner on the bench, so good to see him go off. He had 20.
For sure. I actually get lucky in this matchup. Tua Tagovailoa puts up 29 compared to Kirk Cousins, 20. Tyler Lockett puts up 13 compared to Robert Woods, 3. He has Carter in, who has 10 right now. I have Devontae Smith, who hasn't played. Austin Eckler has 4.60. He has Miles Sanders, who hasn't played. Tony Pollard gets me 21. He had Dalvin Cook, who got him 25.
Ooh,
so that's a slight edge for him, but a good matchup. Mike Gesicki only picks up 5, and George Kittle has no points almost near the end of the first quarter, so that's a little alarming for me. CeeDee Lamb picks it up, though, for me.
Big game.
Big 38 points.
Woo.
Compared to his Valdez-Scantling, 15 points. Crosby has 6 points compared to Bass, 13. And I had the Rams defense, who got me 2, compared to Carolina's defense, who got 10. I should win this matchup, but I had Paris Campbell, who had 20 points on my bench, as well as George Pickens, who had 14. So that's
he might be startable now that Chase Claypool isn't there. It's just the problem is the lack of targets.
Right.
When he gets the ball, he usually catches it or at least does something with it, but we just don't target him enough, and I don't get it.
Right. So I should win this matchup.
For sure.
But yeah. I think that will do it. Got some NFL talking, got some fantasy football.
Absolutely. Got a lot right on this game tonight, so let's go. Let's go, Eckler. Let's go.
Yeah, as we close this one out, the first quarter is coming to a close, so I think me and Kurt are going to go enjoy the rest of this Sunday night game and get ready for, a great Monday and a great week this week.
Great week.
We'll close this one out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys again, Friday night for some more podcast.
Thursday or Friday.
And some sports talk. So,
oh yeah,
that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed 47 Sports Podcast.
Peace.